only at Cornhusker Bank on 83rd and Elm.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Derek Pearson, brought to you by Canopy Street Market.
Tuesday midday sports ticket. One-on-one. Take you through an hour. Carrick will join you at 12 noon. Take you to 1 o'clock. Bach in the black shirt. 1 to 3. And a tail-kicking Tuesday afternoon here on the ticket. I'll give you the rundown here in a moment. I want to welcome you in. You can be a part of what we're doing. Join us on the Sarna Heyman text line, if you would. 424-645-685. If you want to be a part of what we're doing, hit me. Hit me up with a what's up. You can hit Bach up with a what's up. I don't think Bach mind being what's up.
No, not at all.
I don't think he minds that. So join in the party. You can follow on all the live video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, LO Channel 961. Did you, by chance, download the ticket app, folks? Did you, huh? Did you do it? Probably should. It's that time of year where we're going to, spread our wings and fly a little bit. So you'll need the app to help you navigate what we're doing and where, when's, why. Bach, if you would please, kind sir, pay the bills, pay those bills.
Yes, this hour is sponsored by Hamilton Telecommunications, bringing you the latest quality technology and communication services since 1901. Whether it's residential or business, Hamilton has the answers. Visit hamiltontel.com for more info today.
We appreciate this. Bach, it's been a minute since I sat here.
Yeah.
With you. I sat here last night. I was here with Austin yesterday for old school, but then Harrison, Arns, and I, and we laughed because Big Voice Bob did an intro, and it Harrison Aarons.
Oh, there you go.
And then it was Harrison Arons, and I was like, Harrison, what are we doing? What are we doing? Let's get Bob on track. Let's figure out what the proper pronunciation is. So we're working on that. We also have to change the intro for one-on-one so that Living Color, John Cena, and WWE don't all come chasing us for taking advantage of their musical rights. They want their money for us playing. They don't mind us mentioning it. I guess they just don't want us to use it as a regular feature. But come on, you don't own the rights to, like, Living Color owns the rights to Living Color. I mean, chill out. I'm pretty sure Corey Glover doesn't mind us jamming out to him every day. I don't particularly mind. Before we get into the sports side of it, it's a busy sports day. Bach, I'll ask a question because last night, often what happens at night bleeds over into the daylight. And so there was a moment, I don't know how of course we go down the rabbit hole late night, 10:30, 11 o'clock, we go down the rabbit hole all the way. And a thing came up that I didn't know. Like Harrison, we know that there's vastness. There's a vacuum between how Harrison was raised and how I was raised. Are you familiar with H.R. Puffin stuff?
I am not, at least not by name.
Yeah, I thought that the H.R. Puffin stuff was a staple of Saturday morning Sid and Crofts. I think it's Sid and Marty Crofts. Saturday morning Americana television. Along the lines of the Banana Splits, Speed Racer, Ultraman. Any of those ring a bell?
I mean, again, I've heard of these. They're a little bit before. I mean, my cartoons were a little bit different, I suppose.
What were your Saturday morning cartoons?
There's like a show called Recess. I don't know exactly what played in the morning. My favorite was always Batman, but I don't know if that was played in the morning. I often say, when my brothers and sisters were looking for cartoons, I was watching College Game Day or something.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I wasn't as much into that, but yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, that is the story. My mom loved to tell a story that I was an early reader, because back in my day, children, Sunday morning newspaper, we would battle for different parts of the newspaper, right? 8 kids, 2 parents. So the paper got spread out then, and then the rotation began. I would always run. There was a thing called the TV guide, and I would jump immediately to the TV guide. And my mom said I learned how to read because on Sunday is when the family chose. You get to choose in rotation. You get to choose the show that there's one TV in the house. So what show was going to be on the TV? And each kid got to pick, each parent got to pick, and they did a rotation. So kind of draft style, right? Well, I learned to read early so that I could grab the TV guide and identify all of the sports that would be programmed in. And that would be, I would circle, those are mine. I would learn to read when football's coming on. And again, this is this is before cable. So there's 4 channels, 3.5, like ABC, NBC. This is before Fox. So NBC, ABC, CBS, and then like the local channel, right? Which never carried sports, or rarely. Every now and then it would carry like the Washington Bullets every now and then. But you had to choose, right? You had to choose. So I learned to read. She goes, yeah, thank goodness for sports. Because otherwise, I'm not sure Derek would have been as enthusiastic. Like whatever moves us. and it's good. It's good to hear that. Yeah, Sports Center was moving the Bach needle early on.
Well, it's funny too because as I think about what conference realignment is doing, it would have messed my childhood up quite a bit. I just naturally sports like times tables. I was pretty good at sevens for some reason.
Right.
Well, all football fans.
Sevens and threes.
Yeah, I could figure that out pretty well.
Sevens and threes,
but
right?
Especially like for geography in the maps of the United States, I learned that by conference. I mean, that really was how I kind of was able to figure it out and do better than my classmates. Now you've got teams from the West Coast playing in the ACC, the Atlantic Coast Conference, so it's not going to help the kid. What about the kids? Did you ever think about that for conference realignment?
Do it for the kids. Do it realignment for the kids. That should be its own campaign. Do it for the kids. Line them up. Yeah, I mean, it was. You're right in the sense that I know that's how I knew. First, learning what Florida was, because in the old ACC before Florida State, so Florida State was not in the ACC, and the ACC was the Mid-Atlantic. It was the Mid-Atlantic Conference, and it was Maryland. Maryland was the northernmost, right? Virginia, no Virginia Tech. Clemson and South Carolina alternated being in and out. The North Carolina triangle of NC State, UNC, Duke. Clemson and South Carolina would alternate in and out. So you would go, that was kind of how you learned where everything was. And then for rivalry's sake, they were like, okay, let's put Virginia Tech in here. Let's do that. Like, let's do that. And they were like, nah, not really. Not really. I don't. But you learn because you would see the old map, and when they introed sports, they would show Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and then Georgia because of Georgia Tech. And then when they had to reflip it and redo it to add Florida State, it was like, oh, that's where you are. Okay, very cool. Very cool. Didn't know any, like you didn't pay attention to any of this stuff. I learned where Louisiana was because they kept talking about this place called Grambling. Because that was a show that was on every Sunday morning because you got to see Grambling football. And I was like, what are we talking about? It's in Louisiana. Okay. All right. That's what that is. And then Notre Dame. To me, South Bend was the capital of Indiana. Like it was the thing. Like I forget Indy. Like I learned later, okay, the Indy 500, Mario Andretti introduced me to, no, this is the capital. So sports was certainly helpful in identifying talent and pool and all the other stuff. So it was, yeah, Fred Naderberg, you're speaking my gospel. He said, yeah, there was even an HR Pufnstuf movie. So
okay.
So the main characters was the mayor of this town, this mythical town, and it was a bit of a dinosaur that wore cowboy boots. It was a weird thing. There was no real explanation for it. But his villain was Witchy Poo, this evil witch, who was not a very good witch, and kind of silly, right? And her major thing in life was to capture this golden flute that was in the possession of the boy named Jimmy, who was an actor named Jack Wilde, British Jack Wilde. But she wanted to capture this golden flute. And by any means necessary, and she failed miserably. Think Wile E. Coyote, like everything that you could do that was basic, she would ruin it. But they would have these random songs, and then they would perform, these songs in it, and you just go, okay, none of it makes sense, but okay, cool. Like it's what we had. Like you don't know what you don't know. Like you don't know this is horrible TV. You don't know.
There's something on.
It's all you had, right? It's all you had, and then you couldn't wait for the Banana Splits, right? The Banana Splits were coming on. Well, I don't even know what the animals were. I thought they were dogs, but I remember somebody telling me that maybe they weren't. And then the song was catchy, and you kind of learned what it was. But that's when you look back at them, and you look at them now, and you go, "Wow, this was really not good." The Sleestack, yeah. And Mike, Mr. Mike D says, "Did you know that Bill Laimbeer was a Sleestack at one point?" Yep. You're absolutely right. That is hilarious. 0884 says, "Yeah, Recess, Doug, Thundercats, all great Saturday morning lineups." That whole thing, and then Cobscure, you're right. Perils of Penelope Pit Stop was a great cartoon, but was that the Wacky Racers? The Wacky Races with the introduction of Snidely Whiplash as a villain, as a major villain? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think there was. 5162 says kids today have the Big Ten map commercial at least. Yeah, where it pops up and shows you. Now the spectrum is wrong because they put them really close together when they're really not. It's like, wait a minute. And then it was hard enough when they added Maryland, Rutgers, but then when they added California and Oregon and Washington, it was just, you could see the people going, oh, we're going to have a whole nother campaign. Like we're going to have a whole nother ad campaign because this just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Do you think that at some point, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, that they just realign? Do you think that's inevitable, or do you think they're so stubborn that they're just going to keep getting it wrong?
Boy, it's tough to tell because it's such a mess right now. Eventually, I would think. I don't know. I don't even know. We're gonna put a time frame on it of a certain amount of years, but I would think at some point the common sense has to come back and make some sense. I've always argued that they've pretty much got to separate football from the other sports, because there's generally, a lot of other sports have a lot more traveling, a lot more games, and it's all football based. So you're traveling all the way across the country. So I think that definitely will come to point, at some point, and then at some, I mean, I think the NCAA as the active, kind of leader and organizer of all this
Question mark.
could go down. Right, yeah.
Active leader,
Yeah,
question mark.
To that point. That I think if that broke down and you have, again, college football's needed a commissioner for a long time, and college sports in general, because college football is kind of directing the rest of them. That I think at some point there's going to be some common sense approach to get teams to play close to their geography, get those rivalries back. So yeah, I mean, I think it'll come full circle at some point.
I mean, are we simple? Can we get to the simplicity that if you just identified the sport as a chapter, right? So college football as an entity, which would allow you, yes, you would still have member institutes who agree to partner in those. Because college football, as you said, it's once a week. It's once a week. Now, so traveling across country for once a week, while a nuisance, is doable. It's doable to go from Oregon to Penn State. But not ideal. Not ideal. And you can't say that costs are important. The budget is important if you're going to factor in flying 175 people from Oregon to Happy Valley. It doesn't line up. So then you could say football could reorganize under football priority, right? Football priority, which means, again, football travels with a greater group than anything other than maybe a band, right? That you allow simple travel, short travel, quick travel before you get into the internet, the long range travel, right? So if by chance you want Washington to play Florida, it has to be a one-off. That's a revenue game. And that's also a great excuse to have those things happen, because if a team is traveling all the way across the country, it becomes an event. It also gives you reason to have actual neutral site matchups, right? You actually can invite in some of these spectaculars. Now, Nebraska, being in the middle of the country, has some advantage. It has some advantage. Will allow Nebraska to use the advantage of being in the middle of the country. It's much easier for Washington to get to Nebraska than it is Florida. It's much easier for Florida State and Miami to rebuild the rivalry by flying to Lincoln and back and forth. We know that Nebraska has no problem traveling to Miami. They set the precipice for how this was going to be done. This is what traveling to Miami is supposed to look like. We're going to come to your crib and fill it with red. That's how it should work that way. And then if you said, for baseball's sake, where you have more games, it's more in-week stuff, and that you have series, right? So the belief is, if you have conference series on weekends, only have them on weekends. Midweek in conference is more difficult. It's doable if it's Nebraska, Indiana. Not so much if it's Washington, Maryland. Right? You can regionalize it because, hey, we're smart enough to schedule. And then we can get it right. Basketball. Do we really want the widespread, hey, you have to travel from California to Maryland? Do we really need that? I don't. There's a way to do this. I look forward to the day where somebody logically gets in the door and goes, okay, we're just going to shake this thing up and try to get it right. That is my hope. That is my full hope. Phil, he asked the question, are we talking about Hanna-Barbera's Wacky Races with Gray Babe? Yes, sir. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Wacky Races was phenomenal. Phenomenal. But it was that kind of thing that Captain Caveman, the Jetsons on a later run, I think there's plenty of space for Saturday morning. Of course, Schoolhouse Rock.
Mm.
Like Schoolhouse Rock was kind of a jam. And then they put in like the Jackson 5 animated. They put in the Osmonds had an animated. They try to animate the Partridge Family. Not necessary. The real Partridge Family was fine enough. Were you a Partridge Family guy, Bach? Did you?
No, I didn't watch
The Monkees?
No.
You didn't watch the Monkees?
No.
I don't know what y'all are doing in the middle of the country. I don't know what y'all are doing. I don't know. What was your see that now? I need to text on and tell me what the Saturday mornings were. Like Saturday morning TV before football was this is before game day was the move. It was cartoons. I mean, because our elementary school kids watching game day instead of cartoons and educational programming? Is that
not all of them, but some of them?
Some of them
that go on to cover sports might do that.
Yeah, Bach, Nick, Jake, yeah, Jake. I mean, I think if it was available, that's probably what I would have watched. But I know that there's some old heads out here who are just like, man, we that was the meeting place. And if you were going to go to a friend's house, Transformers, yeah, Eric. So Eric's a half a generation behind. Dukes of Hazzard, Gilligan's Island was certainly that. Yep. Yeah, and I'm just a bill is okay. Can I say this honestly, without getting too political? Can we bring back Schoolhouse Rock? Can we bring it back? Can we? There are people in the country that need.
That might be a good idea.
Can we? I need to see if we can get permission to play a different Schoolhouse Rock every day on the ticket. On the ticket. I just, Bach, there's so many people that don't know how this works. They just don't know. They don't know what works and what doesn't work. They don't know why. They just, can we bring it back? Y'all, give me a vote. Like maybe I need to buy the rights for each show just to play some Schoolhouse Rock. Like the numbers, like Lucky 7.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's a jam. That's a jam. That's a full jam. Like figure 8. It's a double 4. Like we need to, can we bring it back? Oh, Bach. I'm a dreamer. I'm just a dreamer. There's some matchups. It's wild card playoff day. As Culligan J, I'm coming back. Hey, and Culligan J, let me say this to you. I owe you an episode. So because I'm going to be doing the 11, I'll be doing 11 to noon, and Carrick will be doing noon to 1, 4 days a week, and then of course on Wednesdays, Anthony Lionheart Smith will be in studio. Some of these one-on-ones will be topic based, and that whole thing of the rotator cuff conversation still needs to happen. Like that needs to happen. And Culligan J, you asked the question, who do we need to talk to? You're talking to him, but we need that Culligan support. We need that Culligan support to pay. Yeah, I'm a big nostalgia guy. Stop it. Leave me alone. Can't help it. Conjunction Junction needs to be. Conjunction Junction, Schoolhouse Rock. I have to find out like what the rights to play it each day. Like how much could I play? Could I play a song each day? Like maybe sponsor Schoolhouse Rock. Like we need somebody to sponsor Schoolhouse Rock. Like this Schoolhouse Rock moment brought to you by, right? Like that needs to happen. That needs to happen. We need a Saturday morning flashback. Like just of all the Saturday morning shows. And each day, this Saturday morning flashback is brought to you by. Like it just, y'all are out there. Talk to your bosses. You know what you want to hear. But I think Schoolhouse Rock, that needs to happen, bro. Oh, now I'm obsessed. I'm on like down the rabbit hole we go. Like, it's in full. Like it's a full thing. I understand it, but it's a thing, right? Tulane Tanner, you're right. It's so good. It just needs to happen, right? Yeah, Phil says, I remember a lot of after school cartoons and not just Saturday mornings. But here's the other thing though, Bach. The after school specials. Were you in the loop for afternoon specials?
Not necessarily specials.
These were made for TV 1 hour, 90-minute specials that they would create, and they were all like topic based, right? Teenage alcoholism, learning how to drive and paying attention. Like they would have these. There was one that it started as an after school special and became a full movie. But Princess Quarterback, did you ever hear that?
No.
Okay, so Helen Hunt, they put this together. Helen Hunt wanted to play football, and they wouldn't let her. But she was a quarterback, but she won the job and actually got into a game and then started to lead the team. Princess Quarterback, Helen Hunt, as a teenager. There was a bucket, so good. It was so good. Oh yeah, Augie is right. Zero, my hero. Man, yeah, Fat Albert. The whole Fat Albert thing, the Ghostbusters cartoon was underrated. There was a show. What was it? Kristen Lincoln asked the question. What was the show with Bo Jackson, Wayne Gretzky, and Jordan? Yeah, I do remember that. Scony Skur says Captain Planet, Teenage Mutant Turtles, and then He-Man, and then football. Yep, that was like that. That was a baller Saturday morning. Yeah, it was called All Stars with Jordan and Gretzky. Is what 2224
They fight
says.
crime, or what are they doing?
Well, we're gonna have to find it on the break.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to find it on the break. And then America. There's a time, Bach, where America was divided. It was fully divided in thirds. So I stay true to my thirds, right? A third of the country was from Gilligan's Island, Marianne. A third of the country, Bach, was Team Ginger. And then a third were the lost souls that were just there for the Queen Bee. So do you know the people from Gilligan's Island, Bach? The professor?
Yeah, for the most part.
The captain, the professor.
Yeah.
Marianne. You know the skipper. Did you know the couple? Do you know who the couple was?
I can't remember their names, but I can remember.
Oh, Bach, that's what I'm going to task you with over the break. You have to find out. So 2 things. Write this down, Bach. You have to figure out the names of the banana splits. And there's a method to the madness. There's a way to find out the names. Literally, you have to find the theme song.
Oh, okay.
And then you have to name all the characters on Gilligan's Island.
All right.
Bach will give that to us when we come back.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There are great Mexican restaurants all over town, but there is one that is especially worth the drive from any part of town. Tacos Los Hermanos at 70th and Havelock. Cool off this summer with a delicious horchata or other special drinks, and grab one of their famous taco boxes for a group of friends or coworkers to enjoy, full of birria tacos and many other options. Don't forget their great desserts like tres leches, flan, and cheesecake. Get to Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock in Lincoln.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at HamiltonIsBusiness.com.
Hi, I'm Sarai, your personal banker here at Midwest Bank. I'm proud to serve our community in English and in Espanol because everyone deserves a banker who understands them. This Hispanic Heritage Month, we're celebrating the traditions, values, and dreams that make our community strong. Whether you're opening your first account, planning for the future, or growing your business, estoy aquí para ayudarle a alcanzar sus metas. I'm here to help you reach your goals. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com. When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Austin Norman here. Join me and Jay Foreman for Old School, live from Cornhusker Bank at 83rd and O this Friday for their Customer Appreciation Tailgate Party. Larry the Cable Guy will join us during the show, and there's free food and refreshments. We'll be out there for the show starting at 3. You're invited to join us from 4 to 6 p.m. this Friday for Cornhusker Bank's Customer Appreciation Tailgate Party, only at Cornhusker Bank on 83rd and O.
You're listening to One on One with DP, brought to you by Canopy Street Market on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Ohio players. Fire. Hey, listen, if you ever get invited to a cookout, pull up your phone and tee off on the Ohio players and fire. You will become the coolest person at the party. I'm going to do a whole series one day on songs that will be, if you get invited to a cookout, the songs that you're going to hear. You're absolutely going to hear fire. I promise you. I don't care what cookout, what part of the country, the black cookout you go to, Brick House, fire, more bounce to the ounce. You're going to get One Nation Under a Groove from George Clinton in Parliament. Maybe Flashlight. They may go back to back. You're going to get some Frankie Beverly and Maze. I'm going to educate. I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to be a sharer. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a sharer, Bach. Fantastic. Bach, we have one more bill to pay. Actually, we have a promo. We have a contest. Let them know, Bach. Let them know.
Yeah, it's a Cash Blitz keyword. Here it's time for the $1,000 cash contest keyword. Text it into 508-777-1000. Once again, that's 508-777-1000, or head to our website, theticketfm.com, and click on Cash Blitz to enter. Give you just a second to pull out your phone. We've been reading these keywords throughout last week and this week. Your next opportunity will be on Bach in the Black Shirt at 1. But for now, let's get back to it. Text it to 508-777-1000. Today's keyword is rich. Or excuse me, I got to get it right. Otherwise, you're going to get it wrong. Today's keyword is spin. S-P-I-N. So today's keyword is spin. That's spelled S-P-I-N. Every keyword you enter is another chance to win $1,000. One lucky listener will take home $1,000 tomorrow around noon. This is a national contest, so not necessarily from here, but we're giving you the opportunity. Don't wait. Get that keyword in one more time. Spin to 508-777-1000.
Straight cash, homie. Straight cash, homie. Bach, you were tasked with finding out the members of the Banana Splits. The Banana Splits. Bach, what'd you find out?
Yeah, so a quick Google search helped me find out that Fleagle, Drooper, Snorky, and Bingo made up the Banana Splits.
It was in the song. It was in the entry song.
Yeah, you played the song for me.
It was in the entry song, and this is tell me we're gonna have a good Saturday without telling me we're gonna have a good Saturday was the intro to the Banana Splits. That's when you know kids in the neighborhood come a running, a party's happening, courtesy of the Banana Splits. That's just what you do. Exceptional business. Also, now, Gilligan's Island, right? So I sent Bach down the rabbit hole to find out about about Gilligan's Island. And again, just like everything else in our life, it's split into thirds, right? So America identified itself in one of three ways. You were either Team Marianne, Team Ginger, or Team Lovey. Eunice Howell, wife of Thurston Howell. Thurston Howell. But Bach, quick glance, right?
Yeah.
The super rich millionaire wife, the buxom, they used buxom, sexy movie starlet Ginger, or the nice country girl, Marianne. Marianne, text line. Let's do a quick survey. What team is one-on-one? Is this for you individually? Were you Team Marianne, Team Ginger, or Team Lovey? Team Lovey. Scotty still says Marianne 100%. Yeah, 100% Mary Ellen. Yeah, old dad 34 Thurston, and you have to say Thurston Howell, who is Jim Backus, the great character actor Jim Backus, also known as the voice behind Mr. Magoo. Mr. Magoo makes an entry onto the ticket. Jim Backus, who also, as a hip-hop reference, Third Base, the rap group Third Base used Jim Backus in a rap. So there's that. Cupster says Marianne all day. But he said on the real team, a different show, obviously, Daisy Duke. Yeah, listen, you're not going to, Catherine Bach, you're not going to, nobody. Okay. See, we could have our own contest because there's Marianne Ginger, there's Daisy Duke, but I think, and you have to two-part this because there are two of them. Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. Linda Carter and Kathy Lee Crosby. You had a brunette Wonder Woman and a blonde Wonder Woman. You have who are the other superstars? Of course, the animated, you can take anybody from Scooby-Doo, like Daphne and company, right? There in the Josie and the Pussycats fall in line, right? There's some characters. And me, myself, my personal favorite, the Flying Nun. Sally Field as the Flying Nun. Yes, Eric, you're right. He goes, oh no, DP saw a squirrel all the way down the rabbit hole. This is where we go. Jeannie, Aaron, is she might be yep. Ohio Husker agrees. Oh, Cubsker, you nailed. You got to include Charlie's Angels. But then, Bach, that puts you back in play, Bach. Threes. Team Farrah Fawcett, Team Jacqueline Smith, Team Kate Jackson of the Charlie's Angels. Bach, what team are you? Come on, Bach, let's go, baby. Let's go all the way down. Let's go. Ohio Husker says, yeah, I dream of Jeannie all day. Kurt in Kentucky, Northern Kentucky says Marianne. 0739 says Team Ginger. I know there's some Team Ginger people out there because I was alive then, and Ginger was it was the voice. Bach, she didn't talk, she kind of whispered. Yeah,
there you go.
Bach, that's the perfect response. That is the perfect response to that. Like we were teenagers and we didn't know what we didn't know, but we knew there's something about that Ginger. There's something about that Ginger. Chad in Kyle, Texas says Team Marianne all day. Texture 0884 says, you mean you were not part of the team, the Banana Gang? Yeah, man, that's amazing. Man. Oh, and he gives a list. That is fantastic. We'll shout those folks out. Scott in Minnesota says, Team Professor, you're hilarious. But you can't choose. There were entire chat room debates over the dynamic between the skipper and Gilligan.
That's right. And I was thinking too, there's no way Gilligan had a career outside of being Gilligan after Gilligan, did he?
Bob Denver was his name, and I think he had a variety show at some point. He did the talk show. Augie, come on. This is not Team Lovey. There will be no Lovey disrespect here. There will be no Lovey disrespect. Lovey was all day. Yeah, Heather Thomas. I mean, you can do Baywatch, and it's any one of Baywatch. Like anything on Old Dad, Team Ginger all day. Again, here we go. Here's the thirds again, Bach. Three's Company. But what was the wife's name? Oh, so there was Janet Chrissy. There was then the Chrissy Escape, where they brought in I want to say Jenny Lee Harrison to be the third. Then they brought in another blonde to replace Suzanne Summers. But I was Team Janet. Oh, that's a good one, Aaron. He says, Bailey. Bailey from WKRP, the battle between Bailey and Lonnie Anderson. Yeah, Bailey. Yeah, Harley Quinn, you guys are funny. That is spectacular. So Bach, Charlie's Angels, what team you on? Let's go. Let's go.
I don't even. I only know like the Cameron Diaz Charlie's Angels.
Oh, boo!
Lucy Liu, I think, is my Charlie's Angel.
and you weren't wrong.
Yeah.
You weren't wrong in the Lucy Liu selection. But the original Kate Jackson, who was the Miss, she was like the salt of the earth, the foundational beauty. Farrah was the poster girl. As a matter of fact, ask your dad. He may have had a poster of her. And then ask your mom whether she ever wore the feathered Farrah hairstyle from Charlie's Angels. But Jacqueline Smith was the diva. She was the diva. She was elegant and classy, and Ohio Husker agrees with you on Lucy Liu. He agrees with you. You can't go wrong. All right, we have Bach once again. We have failed to maintain our distance from a variety of rabbit holes, but this is what we do. This is what we do. And look, they all went with us. First of all, Bach, you see how many people we have down the rabbit hole with us? Yeah, Kurt says this. He had 2 posters of Farrah. So he had the traditional one. There was her in what appeared to be either a gold or yellow one piece. Right?
You remember these posters?
Bruh!
Is this what you had?
No,
Okay.
Listen to me. First of all, they weren't allowing me to have a Farrah Fawcett in my neighborhood. That was not going to happen, bro. I got mine from the teen magazines. I had a penny from Janet from Good Times, Janet Jackson. That was that was kind of the lane. Maybe I had I'm trying to think of what poster. My sisters had a bunch. Orange and blue on the bouquet. Yep. Oh, you're hilarious. These are our people. Culligan J says, did anybody mention Brooke Shields? Yeah, because that was a weird time because that was young Brooke Shields. Farrah in the red one piece. Yep. Old Dad, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And then the cutoff shorts with the tank top. But here's the one, and this may be the greatest text of the day. Bach, you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking, down the rabbit hole. 0920 asked this question. Yeah, but which one of the Golden Girls? We're Team Blanche all the way, right? Like we're not, right? It's Team Blanche, right? Like I don't think. Yeah, Eric, am I wrong? Emma, he goes, yeah, the Brooke commentary. Yeah, it's kind of a thing. From the text, we'll go to break. All this talk of 70s, 80s TV programming, and no mention of Morgan Freeman as easy reader of the electric company. PBS was its own set of programming. That's I said. You had ABC, CBS, NBC, and then your public channel, and the electric company, Sesame Street, all of that was in the lane of that. I think in full we could have a throwback sponsored segment where we just go back, and it could be, each show, as a matter of fact. But I think we need a full show of just, a Saturday morning show about Saturday mornings. I think that I see that in the future. I think we see that in the future. We will set the table for the wild card playoffs. 4 games, back to back to back to back to back. And matter of fact, they overlapped the first ones, and I have issue with it, Bach. I'm going to spew when we come back.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One on One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly cloudy skies. It will be breezy. See nothing higher on 82. Tonight, decreasing cloud cover with light winds, a low around 61. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and warm with a high near 86. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations. Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Byrne as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinny Krekak of State Farm Insurance.
Are you ready to transform your body and your life in just 10 weeks? At Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, our kickboxing challenge combines heart-pumping cardio, strength training, and proven nutrition coaching to deliver real results. Lose fat, gain strength, and feel more confident than ever. Spots are limited. Don't wait. Join the next Farrell's 10-week challenge starting October 11th and take the first swing towards a healthier, stronger you. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, results, not excuses. Join today, fxblincoln.com. That's fxblincoln.com.
Hungry for something real? Come to HF Crave, Lincoln's favorite spot for burgers that are anything but basic. Locally sourced Nebraska beef, hand-cut fries, and bold flavors that'll make your taste buds cheer. Whether you're craving the classics or ready to try something wild, they've got the burger that gets you. HF Crave. Fresh, local, craveable. Find them at 48th and Holdridge or order online at hfcrave.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. Church. That's 402-560-6197.
You're listening to One on One with DP, brought to you by Canopy Street Market on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gang, you guys have been special. Yeah, shout out LeVar Burton on the Reading Rainbow. Absolutely. Yeah, you're right, Dexter. The Saturday morning show brought to you by the letters D and P and the numbers 9, 3, and 7. That is an exceptional text. That is. Got to shout out Captain Kangaroo. Absolutely. Absolutely. Dear friend, Geraldine goes, do you remember Susie Snowflake? Yes. Bach, are you Susie Snowflake familiar?
No.
Google now. Google now, Bach. Do yourself a favor and Google now. These are, listen, every day from 11 to, all the weekdays, down the rabbit hole. We could change it from one-on-one to where's DP? Like, what rabbit hole is DP in today? Because that's kind of where this space is going to be. Like, we have 18 hours of sports.
Is Susie Snowflake a song?
You're
hilarious. That's what it's good. That's what I get when I Google it.
I'm going to send it to you.
All right.
I'm going to send it to you, sir. Again, Carricker's up next. He'll take you through to 1 o'clock. Anthony Lionheart-Smith will be in studio tomorrow from 11 to 1. We'll have a full afternoon's worth. I think we're the coach. It'll be old school 3 to 4, Rocky Russo 4 to 5. Then I believe Mike Smith is coming in for your weekly interruption. I'm looking forward to the conversations with him. Then Jalen Reyes from Nebraska Volleyball. Peter Cobelt will join me tonight on Late Night. And that's kind of going to be the new vibe for Late Night. There are a bunch of coaches and athletes where, quite frankly, 10 o'clock at night is the best time for them to come in and talk life and talk ball. And, again, go down whatever rabbit hole we end up. Yeah. Eric, I do not have ADHD. I've been tested. I didn't make it. I didn't make the team. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I didn't make the team. So there's that. Bach, once again, read the keyword of the day.
Yeah, the keyword was spin. So text it to 508-777-1000 or head to our website, theticketfm.com, and click on the Cash Blitz tab there. Spin is the word. SPIN to 508-777-1000 for your chance at $1,000.
Well done, kind sir. And then finally, to Major League Baseball and the networks. 4 games today. At 6 o'clock, you have a classic. You have a classic. Red Sox, Yankees. Best of 3, right? Bach, you think they could put that on ABC?
That'd be nice.
Right? You can put that on ABC.
Yeah.
Right? All the other, so 3 of the games today, ESPN. 1 on ABC. They took somebody's soap operas off to put on the Padres and Cubs. They're starting at 3 p.m. Now, Bob, question for you, kind sir. What would you think if you're playing for your baseball life and they're going to start your game 6 innings into an earlier game? Couldn't you just slide that first game up an hour?
You would think so.
It's Detroit, right? It's Detroit. You could start the game earlier, right?
Yeah.
Move it to noon. Give it its 3 hours, and then schedule Cubs and Padres at 3. Boston Yankees at 6. Reds and Dodgers at 9. Pretty simple, right? But they think so little of your game. They think so little of your series and your players that they're going to start a wild card series game in the 6th inning of another series. Whoever did the planning, whoever did the booking, whoever did the scheduling, go to the manager, go to the manager's office right now. Go to the manager's office, explain yourself. America deserves better. It's America's pastime, for crying out loud. Give us our 4 games in full. It wasn't that complicated. Don't go anywhere.
Adam Carricker. Up next here on The Ticket.
Hungry for something real? Come to HF Crave, Lincoln's favorite spot for burgers that are